Look at that view. You may be asking yourself, did I set the time just to get this shot? Yes. Yes, I did. But just soon enough, you'll see why. The views and stuff in this game are beautiful. The sound effects, which you can't really hear right now, but every little detail is a piece of art. And how everything just lit up just from that one sunrise. It's awesome. And Genshin Impact is one of the prettiest games ever played, which is exactly what I said on my first video, and I still stick by it. But it's got a few problems. That's something that every game has. And one of those problems being, if I can get to it, the wishes, but not in a way that you might think. These wishes are great. Every character in this game I love. Like, playing each and every single one of these characters, they have something to bring besides Amber. Please don't hate me. She's not good. Other than Amber, well, I mean, honestly, even Amber, she has her Baron Bunny, which, while isn't great, has its fair share of uses that can be really nice. And the fact that she's Pyro, she's one of the first people you get, that's also really nice. But, I mean, okay, back to my main point. Every single character in this game is playable, fun, and enjoyable. And they did their characters really good. Like how Beto can reflect things back at people. That's something nobody else in the game currently can. And even the people that are mainly just DPS, like D-Luke or Razor, they're fun to use and they feel unique. And that's really cool. But the problem with the wishes is if you pay any amount of money in this game at all, there's plenty of YouTubers out there that will spend thousands of dollars on this Klee banner, which is absurd. And they can almost not even play the game. It's kind of scary. Genshin Impact, I'm saying it now, Genshin Impact is meant to be played in free-to-play. Or at least it should be. And how MiHoYo started building the game is a lot like that, because currently, if I were to go to my character menu, and I've maxed out my D-Luke, but let's go to my Beto. If I want to level up my Beto, I've been saving up these resources for like 3 days now, which is a lot. And sure, early game you get a bunch, but at my level, I'm level 39. Right now, I'm really close to 40. I just can't seem to get them. It's so hard between the Mora. This is like the highest Mora I've had in a week. And you just can't. If I'm going to go up 4 levels, it's going to take 23 of these. That's more than half of them. And you have to do this for every single character you get in a wish. And let's say you do a 10 times wish. Every 10 times wish, I know that you can get weapons and stuff. Let's just say half the time you get a character, half the time you get a weapon. That means that if you spend like 100 wishes, you're gonna have 5 extra people than you already have. And that's kind of what you would get from the free-to-play experience. And that's enough. That's the point where you don't really have to spend any extra material. The materials you gain in the game will be enough to level those up sufficiently. But then, like, I haven't paid, like, almost any money at all. I haven't paid any money directly into the Genesis crystals, I think they're called. Oh, please go away. I mainly just bought the Blessing of the Welcome Moon and the Battle Pass. That's it. That's all I bought. And even with that, don't knock me off. I have, quick math, 13 characters. And more than half of them I can't level up. If I look at, because it's sorted by level, Zhangling is the only person I have that's level 40, or it's, Kaya is my first person that's under level 30, so all 4 of these people are under level 40. Everybody past Zhangling is past level 40. I've put so many materials into all of these people, but if you really want to get this much, you have to buy the battle pass. And in my personal opinion, that's wrong. Thanks. If you look at the battle pass, you get things like 20 heroes wit, 4-star character level material, and you get, quick math again, 320,000 moral once you get to the later ones, because I know before here it's kind of cheaper. And like, I know with the free one you do get some, but the fact that it gives you pretty much triple to, I guess it's triple and more, because you get stuff like this and you get this, which honestly I was kind of disappointed, just because I think they should do a little bit more with their battle pass, especially because they're 50. Well, 680 Primogems is great and all, it doesn't feel special. It doesn't feel like I participated in this battle pass and got this. I mean, other than this, but like, it kind of feels weird that you can only have one chance to get one weapon. And I heard rumors that you might be able to get this again in the next battle pass, but if so, that kind of makes it so even then it's not unique. It's not a unique system. And the fact that you have to pay $10, maybe more, just to get triple the stuff from the battle pass is kind of absurd, and I really don't like that. Because in this game, in most games, I played Warframe, I played Destiny. Destiny isn't doing so hot right now. You are able to grind for exactly what you want, for the most part. In Warframe and Destiny, you're able to, the progression is based off of effort put in. You can spend hours, and those hours will translate into better stuff and better progression in the game. However, in Genshin Impact, things are a little different, because they have resin, which in some cases can be a good thing. But I feel like they really could do it a bit differently, and I know that they're changing the cap to 160. But honestly, that's just going to make things worse, because they never said anything about changing this 8-minute replenish time, so it's 8 minutes to replenish one resin. If 160 times 8 is a number, anyways, the calculations are that it's 21 hours to max out your resin from 0 to 160. 21 hours. That's almost a whole day. And the fact that you can't do anything until you wait until your resin's replenished. I mean, you could like go fight bosses, but it's just, you need to be able to do more, and you're not able to do enough, which sucks. Like, you could get these talent materials. It's Sunday right now, so I could pick any of these. The problem is with this is that I'm not going to get what I want, because they need to be able to give you more. Sunday is kind of a weird day to do domains, but these talent materials, they're actually worth it. They're totally worth doing, and they're totally worth getting. But when you could choose, okay, there's also things like these artifacts. These artifacts are amazing if you can get good ones, but the problem is that the chances of getting a good one are so low that it's insane. And usually what I do is I go into these and use the trash I get as level up material, because for some reason I can't ever find any, so I have to do this if I want to level up my artifacts. But don't rely on getting a good one, because I mean, a lot of people say wait until adventure rank 40. MTash said that, and then he said wait until 45, which I'm not going to do. I'm going to do it at 40. Just because I need that XP. But the thing is, when you have the choice between grinding for artifacts, which the whole artifact system is great. I really like getting good artifacts, and it feels so nice. But would you rather have a gamble that maybe you won't get anything good versus you're getting these that you know that you can level up your characters with later? And even if you can't level up your character right now, when other characters come into the game, you may be able to level them up. And that is just, when you have something like that versus a gamble versus something you know will work, you're gonna choose the thing that you know will work. And if you happen to choose the gamble, you may as well, like, you may just screw yourself over, because that's hours of time that you have to make up. It could be one split decision, but it ends up being hours cost. And that really sucks. I mean, even if they kept all the domains as resin, that would be fine, as long as there was a way to kind of grind for XP material or Mora. The whole fact that these blossoms cost the same as a domain sucks to me. If this was even 10 and gave you the same stuff, maybe it was worth it. But like, there needs to be a way to do this without having to spend resin. Because otherwise, you could just not do one thing in the beginning of the game. I know that I have artifacts that I leveled up that... Let me try and find one really quick. I'm sure it's not going to be hard. This one's actually really good. This one. Defense, elemental mastery, and attack. The only thing really, really worth it in this is the attack. And it's not even a percentage, which I know that percentage is debatable. But I leveled this up because it was my first gold artifact. I remember that. And I never really took into account the defense and other defense. But because I leveled it up, that's hours worth of XP that I just wasted. And there's no way for me to get it back without just waiting for more hours. And the whole resin system in this game, just, it's not, the game isn't based off of effort put in, it's based off of time spent, which kind of sucks. And there's just ways that they could do it better. And of course, I don't have all the answers. I just know they could look at Warframe, maybe not Destiny, but there's hundreds of games out there, and they chose the resin system, which was, in my opinion, a bad choice. There's ways that they could make it good, but for now, they're not. On to kind of my next thing, is that you either can't level up characters because you don't have the materials, like I've been saying, or because this won't give you the characters that you want. But that's not entirely a bad thing, because if you've spent $2,000 and never gotten a character you want, that's a problem. But if you're being a free-to-play player and they have a just repeating way that you can get Primogems, this has mostly been, apart from the thing where you get Primogems every day, and I don't think I got anything from the Battle Pass, all that's just been free-to-play stuff. If you don't have a character that, like, if there's somebody you want, then, and you don't get them after, like, let's say 50 wishes, that's not really a bad thing, because it gives you incentive to keep playing the game. And from a game developer standpoint, mostly, that's not really a bad thing, as long as eventually you will be able to get that character. And I know there's some weird leaks that, like, you could be able to choose characters from banners. I'm not really sure about that. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know if it's true, so I don't want to say too much. But yeah, just, let's say I wanted Xingqiu. I don't have Xingqiu. I actually do want him for his passive. I don't really want to play him. But, like, if I just kept doing this, for a character that I wanted. It gives you incentive to keep playing the game and keep doing the banner. And let's say I got Klee. That's a really good bonus because Klee's a great character. It's a 5-star. And yeah. Another thing I wanted to mention is that, like I said before, today's Sunday, so I'm going to be able to get all these. But imagining today was Monday and I would only be able to get, I think it's Freedom. Yeah. Then that system is really good because it means that you'd be able to grind for specific things today, and it leaves room for, especially because you're resin, it lets you know where you can spend your resin today and like where you can best allocate it for most optimal gain. However, the problem is when I have 1, 2, 3, I think 4 main characters. Let me just check really quick. That all take resilience talent books. It's honestly frustrating, especially when you're getting into the later levels like I am with D-Luke. Can't look at that right now. It's costing 9 per level. And if I look at all these characters, all the 4 characters, I have D-Luke, Noel, Razor, and the Traveler. That's like over 20 books. And whenever I do the dungeon, right now, I'm before 40, I'm only getting 2 every single time. And let's say I had 120 resin, that means I can only do it 6 times. That means I can only get 12. And yes, I know that it gives you 2 lower books, but that's only about like 15. And that's all of my resin. What if I want to go spend my resin here? I know I need these. I know I need so many of these before I reach 40 so I can level up my weapons. You can't get them. And it sucks. And especially if you've paid for characters. Mainly talking about MTash because he spends so much money in this game. Although many other people have done it too. Paying for Klee banners and Venti banners. It's just, in a free-to-play sense, it's not worth it. Because you'll never have the character level up material to level them up even if you wanted to. Even if you, you would actually have to save up. You would have to negate one of your characters, hoping that you would get the one you want. And then you could spend hundreds of wishes and not get that character. And then you just end up giving up because you're not getting that character, and you have to put all of your materials into the person you didn't want to put into. Like, I don't know, I don't want to put anything into my Traveler. Just because I know that, like, when the new update comes out, I'll be able to try out the electro stuff, electro elements with them. And that'll be cool and all. It's just, these are kind of the characters I like right now. And if I even try a little bit to level up anybody else, it's gonna screw over everybody else that I'm doing in my main party. I'd say that the only thing you can really do is the 8-person Spiral Abyss loadout. If you can level up 8 people, honestly, now that I think about it, you can't even really do that. My loadout right now is these 5 people, and then including Barbara, occasionally Amber, just because Zhangling isn't always reliable with Pyro, and Amber can do it every shot if you charge it. But, and also Kea just for the element, because he's the only cryo person I have, which sucks. Also, Amber's the only ranger I have, which also sucks. If you don't get another element in the gacha, it's super annoying, and there's not really much you can do about it. But I mean, they do give you a character, which is good. But the fact that I haven't been able to get even Chungyun, I'd be fine with Chungyun. I mean, I didn't get Fischl and Venti because I never really did the banner. I did the other banner, which may have not been the smartest decision, but that's something else. Because I didn't do it when it was available, I'm now kind of screwed over. because I don't have another archer. I should probably heal my deluge. But yeah. Anyways, I know I kind of went on a rant, which honestly I didn't really intend to do. But while this game has many things that it kind of needs to improve on, the game itself is based around some really good concepts that it has a lot of potential. It could grow in so many different directions, and I'm really excited to see, especially the story and the characters and the different regions. I'm excited for so much of this game. I just want to make sure that MiHoYo does it right, because there have been so many games recently that have been just honestly done poorly. Like, I don't know what half the developers are doing, and I don't want MiHoYo to make the same mistakes. I want them to succeed in the best way possible. And I mean, so far they're doing a pretty good job. With what I've seen from their updates on update 1.1, I mean, while they're adding the 160 resin, and that doesn't really fix anything, as long as they... I really like their surveys, because they just show that as long as the content that they're bringing to the game is relevant to what people are saying in those surveys, I'm confident in this game for the most part. I don't really like that. I'm pretty sure on update 1.1 they're no longer showing the percentages of the gacha rates, which is kind of sketchy, but as long as they're mostly transparent, I think it's fine. Just, I like to stay optimistic, at least try, and I know that this game will go places. Whether it's downhill or uphill, I guess we'll see. Anyways, guys, that's all I've really had. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this content, maybe give it a like. And if you want to see more, maybe subscribe. Thanks all. I've been Zen. Thank you.